How's it going, everyone? Mike here from Pinnacle Training Systems, and today we're going to be talking about the ketogenic diet, or the keto diet, as many of you know. So, first off, what is the keto diet? Okay, so the keto diet is a really high fat, very low carb diet. Basically, it restricts a very large portion of foods that you are not allowed to eat under the keto diet. It tends to be, heavier on the meat side, no types of grains almost whatsoever, and then heavy on the vegetable side. But then there are even some vegetables that they even recommend not having. For example, corn tends to be a little bit more of a sugary vegetable, and they'll tell you not to have corn. We want to kind of go over a couple things about the keto diet today that most people probably don't know about or maybe misinformed about. Okay, and so the first thing that we are going to talk about is how we lose weight on the keto diet. So the first claim that we always hear is that once you start ingesting all this high fat content, is that it's going to turn your body into a fat burning machine and start using fat to burn energy instead of using carbs or the sugars that we would typically use. That is not the case. Okay, your body is naturally designed to run off of carbs and run off of sugars. Just because you start ingesting a higher amount of fat does not turn your body into a fat burning machine. Okay, so what typically happens is by depleting this huge amount of carbs out of your diet, your body will use up all of the carb stores that it has stored throughout the body. And from there, it will then start to attack anything else that it can easily get fuel from. Okay, and so our body is very good at becoming efficient, and so it's going to take the least path of resistance. And so one of the first things that it can break down for energy at a faster rate is actually our own muscle. And it'll break down our protein within our bodies before it starts to break down our body fat. Okay. Now, yes, you will lose some body fat with this, just given the high restriction of calories. Okay. And so that's where the misinformation comes from. You lose weight on the keto diet, not because you're burning fat due to ingesting fat, but you lose weight on the keto diet because of a huge decrease in calories, given that you can only have a select margin of food. So that's what we're looking at when it comes to the keto diet. Okay. Another thing that a lot of people don't realize about the keto diet is what it does to their blood work. Okay, so we see a lot of people on a day in and out basis. They've been on the keto diet for almost a year, and then we get their blood work, and we see a large increase in those cholesterol numbers. Okay, and so given the high amount of saturated fat content that tends to be found within the keto diet, we'll see a large correlation between, individuals' triglycerides and their good and bad cholesterols rising off the charts. And so we want to make sure that, we're being aware of those types of things and not allowing our blood work to go bad. Okay. They say there are claims that the ketogenic diet can be beneficial for those with certain disorders, like for example, like diabetes, or if they do have dyslipidemia, they already have cholesterol issues. They have been talked about improving those. On the diabetic side, it can benefit it due to the decrease in how much sugars you're having on a day in and out basis. On the cholesterol side, we tend to not see much improvement. It's either no improvement or it gets worse. So we do want to make sure we're being mindful when it comes to that saturated fat content that comes with this keto diet. Okay. Another thing that's sticks out about this diet is it's not sustainable. Okay, it is a very hard diet to stick with for a long-term period. If it's something that you're using to try to kickstart your wellness journey, and you just want to try to have like a quick month where you just kind of clean yourself up and you're trying to get a jump start on some weight loss, that can definitely be beneficial for you. However, if you're looking for the long run, we're definitely going to start to see a decline in weight loss as well as an incline in poor blood work. And so again, not a very sustainable diet. It's hard to do. Again, just constantly eating the same types of foods, given that your food selection is very, very limited. It starts to become more of a chore than, an actual lifestyle. Okay, so that's why we always recommend, just having a well-balanced lifestyle diet, and watching your portion sizes to kind of help you out with that. Okay. And the last thing we want to go ahead and talk about with the keto diet today is what it does to our body when we are losing weight. Okay, so again, when we're losing weight, a lot of that initial drastic weight loss that people tend to see, again, is not body fat. What we'll see is we'll see a lot of water weight being lost, and then we'll see a lot of muscle mass being lost, and then we'll see a little bit of body fat being lost in the process. Okay, so again, when our body's using up all of these fuel storage systems within our body, again, think of it as like, you have a gallon of fuel pumping right here, right? Well, if you burn up that whole gallon of fuel, well, that's 1 gallon that's out of your body. So that's going to decrease your weight. And then there's water that holds that fuel in place. So when you burn up all that fuel, you're going to lose all that water weight as well. And so that's what we tend to see, that initial drastic weight loss is, burning up all that fuel and burning the water weight that goes along with it. And then it starts to attack our muscles just because of the huge depletion in carbs. So we really want to make sure we're being mindful of that. Okay. Again, everyone's diet is going to, benefit them in a different way than another. What might work for me might not necessarily work for you, but we do want you guys to be mindful of this diet to kind of understand some of the facts behind it. Again, there's a lot of claims out there, so we just want to make sure you guys have the gist of what is actually being put out in front of you guys. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, you guys want any other further information on the keto diet, please reach out to us. We're more than happy to help you guys out. We are here as a resource for you guys about your health and wellness, and so feel free to contact Pinnacle, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Thank you guys, and have a great day.